Hi, it's me, Regs, and if you're watching this and you haven't met me, hi, I'm Regan. 2019 has been a wild ride, and I thought it was time to recap this year and share my story with you in the most authentic way I can. I promise this is going to be worth your time. My hope is that you find a little bit of you in my story and that I give you the encouragement that you are worthy to change, to take a risk, and to create a life you can't yet see. In 2019, I was faced with a fork in the road. I was faced with one of those choices that keep you up at night. Do I stay comfortable or do I risk my planned out, safe future? Do I go all in on my dream? Do I try to climb the ladder in my job? Do I keep investing in myself instead of buying a house or getting that new car for Austin? See, a lot of people around me that were looking from the outside in probably thought I was living my best life, but it was a facade. Turns out, when you aren't doing what you were created to do in this life, it's hard to feel like you are living a purposeful life. I was so lost. I had absolutely no clue what my next best step was. I was still working a job for 2 years almost that began to truly break me down. Unhappy is an understatement. I still stayed in that job because it supported my family, but also, if I was being completely honest, I stayed there because I could tell people my fancy job title name, and it sounded like I had my ish together, but again, this was just a facade. There were so many moments where I just wanted to scream, why can't I freaking figure this out? It was really, is this really what I want for the next 40 years? To work up someone else's company and never be truly fulfilled? To never do something risky? But turns out I was asking myself all the wrong questions. Here's the kicker in 2019. I was taught and asked, do you know what you want out of your life, or you just know everything you don't want? A simple question I had never asked myself, and no one had asked me. Do I know what I want out of my life? I didn't. I knew everything I didn't want to do, but had not one clue on what I wanted to be or who I wanted to serve or what I wanted to do. It was the most pivotal wake-up call. I can decide what I want in life. After I invested in my first online non-traditional educational course in March, that being B-School, shout out to Marie Forleo and Taylor Rushford, life shifted and I was ready to move into the online space and become a woman who not only empowered others to take hold of their life, but also get paid for what I was good at. Do I stay comfortable or do I go all in? Well, I went all in. I quit a job that I should have quit a long time ago. I went from being in a fancy job to working part-time at my parents' liquor store so I could go all in on my dreams without the stress of having no energy. This allowed me to create space and time to really place all bets on myself. It looks so unattractive to everyone watching, and at times I feel a little shameful, but this was a true moment of being humble. So, I shut off the noise. I shut off the expectations. I shed that layer of giving a flying, well, you know what, about what everyone else thought about me. I chose me in the most purest way. I chose to listen to that little whisper. I chose to get uncomfortable. I chose to create my own path. I chose my desires over others. And in choosing myself, I invested over $10,000 into my business in under 1 year so that I could get to my end goal faster. And I knew I needed that support and help. And every day, I showed up for myself. And every day, I had to shut that little voice off inside of my head and keep choosing to show up for that woman I wanted to be. I rewrote my story in 2019. Y'all, there were ugly days where I thought I wasn't good enough, days where I would have to literally say mantras to myself so I could keep going. When I went all in, I cut Austin and I's income in half, and so many lifestyle changes had to be done. Changes that were hard. And this season, we got to truly get clear on what we need versus what we want. Austin put me first in the most loving way. We didn't take vacations, we cooked at home almost every meal, and we made a sacrifice together and a lot of hard decisions that go on behind the scenes. Rewriting my story has completely changed me from the inside out. I am the most joyful and fulfilled I've ever been. I created my own business, Regan Storm LLC. I have clients that I adore. I have audacious goals I set out to achieve. I'm going into 2020 fully aligned, fully on fire, ready to hit multiple six figures, to serve you, to show up in a way that creates a space for you to dream big, and then to make a living out of doing the same thing. Here's what I need you to hear. Do not wait any longer. and listen to that little voice inside of you that is pleading for you to hear them. All you have to do is be brave and to choose you in a way that you never have before. It will scare you shitless. I heard no's. I showed up to lives alone more than I can count. I wanted to throw in the towel once or twice or maybe 100 times, but that is the beauty of it all. We get to enjoy the dance of this life and love ourselves and trust ourselves just as we are right in this moment. This is what I'll leave you with. The world is waiting for you to go all in and ready to provide for us in a way that is unspeakable. Take the leap. If you feel butterflies in your stomach and that movement in your chest, do what you need to do. Make your first move. I will constantly show up for you in this decade, and I want you to show up for you. All my love, Regs.